Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Beautiful words. I appreciate that. And it's a pleasure to be here. And I do have to, following up on what the mayor said, I am proud of the people of South Carolina. And it is all about the people. And when I speak to businesses from all around the world that are looking for places to invest hundreds of millions and billions of dollars, hundreds of millions and billions of dollars, they always say the reason is, among others, is the people of South Carolina. It's the people. Mark Clark, the General 4-star, who's later president of the Citadel, said that there's more patriotism per square inch in South Carolina than any place in the world. And I think that runs through all of us. However we got here, however long we've been here, the things that we've dealt with over the centuries, it makes us different. And I'm very proud of that. I'll be brief. I want to add my thanks to all those who worked and had the vision to get this started, who understood the need for this. And I want to tell you a quick little story about recognizing things. Is the family moved into town and they were looking for a church to go to, and the daddy was taking his little boy, and they were going around looking at the churches, the big ones, the small ones. And they went into one, and they were walking around, looked at the big building out in the graveyard. And the man said to his son, he said, "Look, son, this is an old church. This is a monument here to all the men who have died in the service." And he says, the boy says, "Died in the service?" Dad says, "Yeah, all the men have died in the service." He said, "Which one, 11 o'clock at 8:30? Okay, you got it. I want to thank Lindsey Graham. I wanted to say this while he was here, but Lindsey Graham is unstoppable. He is an energy machine. He gets more things done for our state. And you've heard the old expression in politics, Senator Margie Bright Matthews, what have you done for me lately? Well, I want to tell you, we've got F-35 fighter jets being built in Greenville. Excuse me, the F-35s are coming to the Marine Air Corps. It's the F-15s that are being built in Greenville at Lockheed Martin. It was Lindsey Graham who got the money put in the budget by the Corps of Engineers to deepen the Charleston Harbor. If he hadn't been there, Tom Davis, as you well know, if he hadn't been there for us, we wouldn't be deepening that harbor. And that harbor is an economic engine. This is going to be an economic engine. Whenever we need something in Washington, we are so fortunate to have Lindsey Graham and Tim Scott. We're on the phone all the time. We're in meetings together, whether the president or somebody else. And we have a great team. Mr. Mayor, you put your finger on it. With the delegation here, those that you mentioned, it's like that all around the state. We're able to pivot. We can turn on a dime. We can get things done quickly. And I'll tell you, I think it's unique, Wes, in the country. That's what these businesses that come from outside tell me when they look at us. They say South Carolina is different. In fact, we all know each other. A lot of us, Shadron, we're related. And Lindsey Graham makes the joke. He said when he was a young lawyer up in Oconee, he'd have a lot of country people come in to see him. And a lot of times they'd ask funny questions. And one of them they'd ask, they'd say, well, "Mr. Lawyer, let me ask, if we're married in South Carolina and divorced in Georgia, are we still cousins?" Well, that means that we know each other. And my rule is collaborate, communicate, cooperate. Break down the barriers, the silos that keep us from talking to each other. Because when you take the people of South Carolina with the experience, with the determination, and with the character that Mark Clark and others mentioned, and you put that where we're talking together to get things done, we can excel quicker, faster, and better, I believe, than any place in the country. And another thing I think is going to do well for us, in this virus, the way that we have all responded by not going into a lockdown as they did in some other states, we know now that's not necessary to do that. You have to be smart. You have to target. We didn't go into it like they did in some other states, locking down manufacturers, locking down businesses. Some of them still are unlocked today. And we came out of it, targeted, softly, and as a result, I believe that we're going to do better than the other states. And that adds one more thing. There are businesses around the country that have failed because of unnecessary restrictions put on them. If you're smart, if you collaborate and you communicate and you cooperate, you can do the right things to serve the people without destroying their livelihoods. And that's what we've done in South Carolina. So this particular project is one that was a long time coming, but it is here. And that Jasper Ocean Terminal is going to be here one day too, Tom Davis, with your leadership. But this is going to open things up, Mr. Mayor, as you've said. And so I'll finish by saying that our future is bright. All we have to do is be careful, is communicate, collaborate, work with each other, understand what the Constitution means, understand that we cannot prosper unless we educate the children of South Carolina. South Carolina's business is business. South Carolina's business is business, large businesses, small businesses. And a part of that, inextricably woven into it, is the education of the young people in South Carolina. So if we understand those things, and we keep our eyes on things that will lead us there and not lead us to distractions and aside, I think that our future is so bright. The road to prosperity is right here. This is another example of it, and there will be more. There will be more coming, and I look forward to working with all of you to see that it happens. I believe South Carolina is the best place in the world to live, work, and raise a family, and this today proves it. Thank you.